Hey everybody, Christopher and Sarah here, life transformation and self-empowerment coaches with Soul and Wonder, and today we are here to give you some tips on self-motivation.
Not too long ago, we asked on social media what topics people would be interested in us covering.
This was one of the #1 topics out there.
Was one of the #1 is how do I keep myself motivated? And we're here to offer a different perspective, as usual.
Oh, are we?
We want to challenge you to enter this space instead of with the mindset of keeping oneself motivated. We want to come into this space of embracing our authenticity. And sometimes that means not feeling very motivated to do what it is we're doing. But let's break this down a bit. Let's talk about what we perceive a motivation to be, what we want it to be, and what's really going on if we're not feeling motivated any longer.
First, let's talk about what is motivation, right? Motivation, we can define it any number of ways, but it's that fire within you, that excitement within you to do whatever it is that you're inspired to do in that moment.
And the problem is a lot of us chase after dreams, goals, or desires that are not actually in alignment with our values. So we often lose that fire, that excitement, and that motivation to continue moving forward on that path.
Well, it's the classic Western society of people telling you what to do your entire life and telling you how to do it, who you should be, and all of that. Once again, we are not living in alignment with our true selves.
That would be, honestly, the #1 thing to look at if you're not feeling motivated any longer. Then ask yourself, the dream that I'm pursuing, is it really my dream? And we've talked about this in previous videos when we go into more detail about values, following your excitement. So we want to encourage you to go back through our other videos. But what if you are doing something that you love? Maybe you're going to school to study psychology, or you're becoming a fitness instructor, or you want to eat healthier. Whatever it is, pick any dream, goal, or desire that you do actually feel is a reflection of who you truly are in this stage of your life that you're exploring. But you wake up and you just don't have any motivation. You don't have any motivation to go to that class. You don't have any motivation to get on the yoga mat.
You know, you're so excited. It's the night before. It's 7 p.m. You're like, all right, I'm going to get up tomorrow morning. I am going to get up at 5:45. I'm going to get my ass out of bed.
That's this guy.
And I am
not for me.
going to that yoga class. But what happens when 5:45 rolls around? Your head is on the pillow. You're in that warm, cloud-like bed, and you're like, screw this. I'm going to hit snooze for 10 minutes. It's okay if I'm running a little late. Well, another 10 minutes, another snooze button, and boom, you missed the yoga class, you missed the exercise class, you missed whatever it is you wanted to do. And so we're repeating this cycle. And how do we move from outside of this cycle into a place of self-motivation?
Well, this is where I challenge us and everyone else to challenge their expectations. Sometimes we've reached our limit and we're not aware of it until we lose our motivation. And losing that motivation, if we're willing to look at it from a place of self-honesty, might be telling us, hey, it's time to rest. It's time to take a break. It's okay to honor where you're at right now. And if in that moment that means stay in bed and skip your yoga class, then that's what that means.
But when is the point where it may be self-sabotage?
And that's the good question, and that's the tricky balance. There will inevitably be a point where the dream that you are pursuing, self-sabotage will come up. It's part of the growth. And so for me, one of my indicators of self-sabotage is if I notice a pattern. Maybe on that Monday morning, I didn't get up to go to that yoga class. I decided to embrace how I felt in that moment, and I felt better for it. But what if it happens again and again and again and again, and I'm confused because I want this more than anything, but I'm not doing it? When you notice the pattern, that's when you might want to ask yourself about the fears that you might have about succeeding and achieving your dream or goal, because life will change. What's required of you to change to align with the preferred experience? And that can be scary sometimes, so then we do sabotage our progress. So it takes a certain level of self-honesty and curiosity first and foremost to be able to ask yourself those questions. Am I embracing how I'm feeling in this moment? Integrating rest, because that's very important. You know, we're challenged all the time to do, go. And if we pull back, we feel like we're being lazy or unproductive or we're failing. Challenge that. Ask why you're feeling that way. Who told you that you're lazy because you didn't feel like getting up at 5:45 in the morning to do your yoga class? So you want to get into that space of curiosity. You're just learning about yourself. But as soon as that pattern starts showing up, and then you start feeling those fears coming up, that's when you know you've entered a space of self-sabotage. So we've covered like multiple things. One, you may be chasing a dream that's out of alignment with who you truly are, your core values.
Time to get honest with that.
Or you just need to integrate more rest because you're burnt out, you've pushed yourself too hard, or you're self-sabotaging. So why don't we talk about ways in which we can increase motivation if we are in fact self-sabotaging? Get curious first and foremost about your fears. Be honest with yourself. What am I afraid might happen if I succeed at this dream or goal? And you can go down that rabbit hole, finding those limiting beliefs that are powering those fears, and then taking the time to transform those limiting beliefs, which we can get into more detail in other videos.
And a great exercise would just be writing down, I scare myself by imagining ... What does that look like? If you were to achieve whatever it is you're out to achieve, what would happen at that point? How would your life change, and how would it change possibly as you perceive it for the worse or for the better? And what does that look like?
And when you can kind of become that observer of these parts of your life, you move into a space of being able to empower yourself to transform anything that's holding you back. That alone gives you the excitement to create positive action. And so that brings us to...
Well, and that also brings you to the point of, after you've gone through that, what do you excite yourself by imagining? What is the possibilities? What is the infinite possibilities that are available to you in that moment if you were to, let's say, achieve X or do whatever it is?
And that's the key word, is excitement. When you come from a place of excitement, you feel motivated. Suddenly, I mean, look at all the clients we've worked with. When they move through the decluttering process, they move through their darkness, they strip away those fears, they examine them, they embrace who and what they are in truth in that moment, they transform, they empower themselves, then they envision the exciting possibilities. All of a sudden, they're unstoppable. They are ready. They're thinking of creative actions to take towards their goal. And they will do them because it's from a place of fire and flame. And it's in alignment with their truth. They've let go of what is no longer them. So that's the trick to authentic motivation. Then you ensure that you're moving in the direction that you would like to go to align with the preferred experience that you wish to have.
Absolutely.
One of the main things to take away from this video today is to embrace each passing moment. It's okay to not be motivated all the damn time. It's okay to want to be still and to rest, because even just being is doing.
Well, and in that stillness, we really start to find out who we are, because there is no external things that are happening keeping us distracted from that truth, from that inner knowing. So that stillness is just as perfect as that motivation.
Exactly. It's all perfect.
All perfect. Well, if you guys like this video and all the other videos, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button below.
And comment your thoughts. We'd love to hear. What's been your struggle with self-motivation? What do you think is getting in the way of your self-motivation? And did anything that we say resonate with you? If so, let us know.
Talk to you guys soon.